Good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us on TNT as we do a story today about changes to alcohol laws in Thailand. Now, there are some new guidelines, and I'll get to exactly what I think they mean a bit later in this program. But first, I thought we'll just bring you up to date with what's happening with this huge super typhoon which whipped through the northern part of Philippines last night. We go to these headlines. Philippines assesses damage after deadly typhoon Fun Wong. The BBC says Fun Wong, more than 1 million evacuated as typhoon passes Philippines. The Guardian from Britain, 2 dead and more than 1 million displaced after super typhoon Fun Wong slams the Philippines. And the local Bangkok Post, Typhoon Fun Wong rips Philippines with high winds and floods. And we'll check with Reuters. This a recent report. Super typhoon Fun Wong slams into Philippines, 2 dead. And the storm crossed over the north of the archipelago's most populous island, Luzon, and there was torrential rain, sustained winds of 185 kilometres an hour, gusts up to 230. It was the 21st storm this year, and the Philippines only just recovering from Typhoon Kalmega, which left 224 dead in the Philippines and 5 in Vietnam. And the Reuters story notes that Pope Leo has offered prayers for the predominantly Catholic nation, and several airports, including Sangli near the capital Manila and Bicol to the south, closed. And video there also from Reuters as we go to the main story of the day, and that's the changes to alcohol laws in Thailand. Always a little bit on the grey side, neither black or white, especially the business between 2 and 5 o'clock every afternoon when there's technically no alcohol sales, but plenty of people know ways around that. Let's go to the latest situation, and we start with the Bangkok Post. New Thai alcohol rules put drinkers on the hook for fines, and people in Thailand wanting to quench their thirst with an afternoon tipple risk steep fines from last Saturday under amended alcohol control legislation that strengthens enforcement and significantly tightens restrictions around marketing and advertising. And alcohol sales in Thailand have been banned at most retail outlets and supermarkets between the hours of 2 to 5 since 1972. As to why exactly those laws were enacted in the first place is sort of lost in the midst of time, and I know in the comments section we'll probably get about 20 different theories. I'm not really sure who's correct. And it notes that changes to the Alcohol Beverage Control Act that takes effect on Saturday, that's last Saturday, now means individuals can be fined 10,000 baht or more for drinking or being served alcohol beverages during prohibited times or in prohibited places. And this is some of the key parts. There are exemptions for licensed entertainment venues, hotels, certified establishments in tourist areas and airports that offer international flights, but the onus has been shifted to consumers. And in addition, the tightened laws also prohibit advertising of alcohol beverages unless the content is purely factual, whatever the hell that means. And the use of celebrities, influencers or public figures to promote alcohol beverages for commercial purposes is also banned. Oh well, there goes that lucrative alcohol beverage contract I was about to sign. But there has been a lot of pushback on this particular matter. We go to The Nation. New alcohol law sparks backlash over midnight drinking fines. And it says the laws triggered strong public backlash as it now directly penalises consumers who drink during restricted hours, a legal turning point that's caused confusion and anger across the hospitality industry. So as if the laws on cannabis weren't opaque and muddy enough as they are, now it's alcohol's turn. And Section 32 prohibits anyone from consuming alcohol in licensed premises or commercial venues during legally restricted hours. Section 32 prohibits anyone from consuming alcohol in licensed premises or commercial venues during legally restricted hours. And those who continue drinking during such hours face a fine of up to 10,000 baht. And under current regulations, alcohol consumption is prohibited during midnight to 11 a.m. and 2 to 5 p.m. And that's 7 days a week. This means that even if a customer buys drinks before midnight but continues drinking past midnight, they're considered in violation and can be fined. In theory. Now, how much of this will actually happen in practice? I sort of doubt it, but we're passing on the information as published. And Cowside English passing on some perspectives from some of the providers. Thai businesses urge government to ease alcohol rules amidst tourist confusion. And business operators in Thailand's tourism sector are calling on the government to urgently clarify and relax enforcement under the new Alcoholic Beverage Control Act, warning that confusion and strict rules could drive away foreign tourists during the peak season. And the president of the Khao San Road Business Association says that operators across Thailand's service and nightlife industries are struggling to understand the law's scope and penalties. Now, the quantum shift in all this is they're taking the onus off the actual providers, the owners of the nightclubs and the bars, and they're putting it onto the consumers. And he says one concern is that if tourists continue drinking after 2 p.m. or past 1 a.m, even if there's just half a beer left, both the customer and the venue could face fines of up to 10,000 baht. And several foreign embassies have already warned their citizens in Thailand about the restrictions. He says we need clarity. The uncertainty surrounding this new law risks becoming a major obstacle for tourism and spending, especially as the high season begins. And he notes that European travellers, who make up the majority of visitors on Khao San Road, is Khao San Road mostly visited by European tourists? You tell me. And they're used to drinking in the afternoon and into the night. Without clear rules, restaurants and hotels that are not licensed as entertainment venues will struggle to operate, and foreign tourists may simply choose to go elsewhere. And if Thailand does not act quickly, we may lose foreign visitors to competing destinations. So one of two things is going to happen here. There will be representations made to MPs. The Prime Minister will hear that there's a possibility of losing tourists, and the whole situation will be just reversed. Or the police will just decide not to enforce it and business as usual. Tell us what you think. It all sounds a bit draconian to me, but be interested to hear your thoughts. That's what's been published. That's what we've passed on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget you can buy me a coffee if you do feel inclined. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and we'll see you next time.